So how to use a box blade again? On this video, I'm going to show you how I use the box blade to level the yard, and watch it all the way through because there's key points where I stop in the middle of the video and give you some of my life lessons that I've learned over the years as I remember them doing the job.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got all the logs cleaned up over here. There's still quite a bit of a mess here. It's still a little bit wet. So what we're going to end up doing is come back maybe next week. It's supposed to have 4 or 5 dry days. And we're going to bring back the tiller and little Rufus and take Rufus tractor out here and till all this and then take the box blade and level it all out for them. Jody's got grass seeds, and we'll probably bring the spreader out here and we can throw fertilizer, I almost said insulation, fertilizer and grass seed out and get this started. It's perfect time of year to do it. So let's get back to Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're back over here at Miss Jody's place, and we took the tiller out this morning and busted the ground up. There's some really hard dirt in here. Actually, it's probably a clay. And I'll show you a little time lapse of the tilling right now. Wait, can I do it? One of the, what do they call it, TikToks, where Yeah, there you go. Except I ain't gonna be in a bikini afterwards. Anyway, that'd be scary, wouldn't it? So we've done many videos here on box blades over the years, but I'm gonna do one more, how to use a box blade. And the difference here in this video is we put a hydraulic top link on, and I've never showed you guys that. And I've used them before, but it's been a good little while. You can do so much with a hydraulic top link and a box blade. It just absolutely changes everything. So let's talk about real quick, since this is going to be another how to use a box blade, let's go ahead and deep dive this. Let's get into the box blade itself first. All right, let's talk about the anatomy of a box blade. So this is a box blade by Hardy's. It is a Hardy manufacturing. It's a real heavy box blade. We're partnered with them, and they make some really good heavy stuff. Now, some box blades do not have a rear cutter. They only have a front cutter. This rear cutter is nice if, like, you're pushing backwards, say up to a building, you need to push dirt up to a building. It gives you like a little dozer blade. And it's not meant to push big heavy things or big cut backwards, but it's good to push loose dirt and spread loose dirt instead of shoveling it up by hand. The next part of the box blade is your cutter here. Now you'll notice this cutter, it's about an inch below, about 1 inch below the actual the guide here. So we'll call this the guide here. And if you have the box blade perfectly level, right, then if it's perfectly level, then you know you're cutting about 1 inch. If you tilt the blade or the box blade up a little bit, then this blade will not cut and all the weight will ride back here. And that is really good for spreading. So where we're gonna get into now is our rippers here. So this box blade is equipped with rippers, and what is different about this now is that the hydraulic top link changes everything. So if you want to use your rippers, you get off the box blade and reset them to whatever height you want. Now you can still do that. You can make it more of a ripper versus a box blade. But in this case, with a hydraulic top link, I can, while on the tractor, tilt the box blade back, or I can tilt the box blade forward. So I can set these rippers at a very minimum ripper angle and then tilt the box blade forward, and it makes the rippers way more aggressive. Or I can run it level and they're very mild. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set the box blade down and give you guys a demonstration of what I'm talking about. So let's just say this is all loose and I wanna spread it out. So I'm gonna tilt it up where none of the front cutting edges are cutting, and I'm just gonna drag it. You'll see it leaves are perfectly smooth. I can raise it more if I want it to cut less. Really leaves a smooth area. Looks really good. Carries very little dirt. I'm going to take the same box blade. I'm going to pull right beside it, and I'm going to carry some dirt. I'm going to pull a load of dirt with it. I'm going to fill the box blade up. And what I'm going to do there, how I'm going to do it, is I'm going to tilt my blade where the front is barely down. Basically, it's almost perfectly level. This should cut. And instantly, I feel it digging in. Now, in that short distance, I've got the box blade full. So you can see here how much dirt is inside it in just that short distance. Now, we'll go ahead now and lift this up. I'm going to pull forward. And now I have the option with my rear, because this box blade has a rear blade, I can push backwards with it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the front down so that the rear, I don't want it to dig, I just want it to level. So I'm putting that dirt right back, and you can raise the box blade up and down as you go back to smooth it out. But the hydraulic top link gives you so much more flexibility. I don't think I'll ever go back. And for, I don't know, hydraulic top link is not very much. It's less than $200 if I remember correctly. I've had this a while. And I just put the rear remotes on this tractor. I'm telling you, it's a game changer for this size of tractor, and it keeps you from getting off of the tractor constantly and adjusting the top link by hand. So now, let's say I want to rip. We're gonna go right here. This is some pretty hard dirt. Now I don't want to get off the tractor, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull forward a little bit, and now my rippers are aiming down. So now I'm gonna rip. Well, I gotta put the box blade down first. I guess that would probably help. So put my 3-point hitch all the way down. See how it's ripping? Got all it wants right there. So we're gonna drop it again here. This is the, so we just rip that up really easy. All right, I hope that was clear as mud. I did my best to explain it, but with a hydraulic top link, it gives you so much more flexibility in the seat of the tractor. You can adjust it, and it's probably gonna make you do a better job, because let's face it, we don't wanna get on and off the tractor, you know, a bunch of times, adjusting a top link out all the time for each individual situation. In this field right here that we're getting ready to level, there's probably 3 or 4 different scenarios where I got a place that's low that I need to bring dirt to, and then there's places that are high that I need to rip, and then there's places I just need to level. And so I have all 3 of those scenarios right here, and with the hydraulic top link, I don't have to get off the tractor. So I strongly encourage a hydraulic top link for a box blade and other implements. Your rotary cutter, it's a nice feature to be able to pull your rotary cutter up and down a little bit as you mow. So hydraulic top link, I have yet to find anything that it's not better at. All right, so now that we're ready, I've kind of gave you guys another demonstration of how to use the box blade with a hydraulic top link. I want to again talk, this is a great demonstration ground on how to level. The way you level, we can't just pull one direction and be done. So to level a yard, you want to crisscross. So you want to go, I'm going to go back and forward on this area, all the same direction, all the way across both sides. Then I'm going to turn a 90 degrees and go this way, all the way across both sides. Then I'll come this way, a 45-degree angle, basically going straight back and forth again, and that will level this thing out. It'll fill spots that are low and cut spots that are high. You don't want to do this very, very aggressive. You just want to take your time. And you get to the end, you do your pattern, you come back, you look at it, If it's still not where you want it, you do the same pattern again, and it may take you 1 or 2 pattern pulls, but it will level it out. And I'll show you here the, what's the old saying, the proof's in the pudding. So let's get it done. So I said crisscross back and forth this way. We're going to go back and forth and then this way, and that's going to level it out. Well, I did add something to that. You're constantly adjusting your box blade up and down. So as you're moving forward, you're always raising up or lowering depending on what you want to do. So if you have a high spot that you want to take away, then you're going to lower it down while moving forward at the same speed. And what that does, it causes a smooth transition. You'll cut the high spot off and carry it further down. And then let's say below the high spot, there's a low spot. Well, then you're going to, while moving forward, you're going to raise the box blade up to dump the dirt out, but you're not going to raise it up all the way. You just want to slowly spread the dirt out. Any sudden movements are going to have those little humps that you see when you raise it up and down too fast. So all these moves are very slow, very deliberate. Now the last thing is at the top of the hill and the bottom of the hill, you're always going to come back and look, because here where I'm sitting now looking back at the work, it's very easy to see the grade, but when you're in the middle of it, it's very hard to see. So as you come down to make your turn around, you're always looking where the low spots are and where the high spots are, and then you are dropping dirt each and every time where you need to drop it and cutting where you need to cut it off. So it's a never-ending thing. You're constantly adjusting as you're driving. Pattern and go crossways. Guys, the wind is absolutely whipping it out here today. Looking for the low spots to drop. All right, what do you think? It looks pretty good here. We've put about 3 hours of work into it, actual probably seat time on the tractor, and you put a lot more in walking around. You probably had the harder day's work.
I don't think so. I think you did a great job. It looks so much smoother. It's going to be easier for me when I'm on my lawnmower. It's going to be so much better for our yard and the drainage. Looks great.
I do want to point out this is just for smoothing. This is for not for grade. We didn't do anything for grade. We did fill in some low spots here and there, but this is not. We didn't shoot it with a level or laser or anything like that. It's just all eyeballed. But this is a pretty nice slope, and there's probably not going to be much of a drainage issue. But I think it will keep you from bouncing off the lawnmower.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. If you're pretty happy with it, I think the only thing now is some seed and some rain, and I think some rain's going to come tomorrow. So we better get some seed on this.
Yes, sir.
Listen, if you like what we do, please hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button, thumbs up, and also the little bell icon. That'll let you know when we put out something new. God bless and have a great evening.